I felt like I kind of did what I had to do, so in that sense I don't really have any mixed emotions about my decision. But there's definitely, I'm definitely gonna miss it, miss playing. And I mean, shoot, I've been doing this we've been touring for 15 years. I mean, of course, you can't go from doing that to going to work at the same place every day. I think it'd be harder if I didn't enjoy what I do now. I really enjoy what I do, and I think there's a lot of promise for me and a lot of opportunity for me there. So, I'm going from one great thing to another good thing, so lucky in that sense.
Here we are. We're at MxPx headquarters, where we used to practice, and we used to have a recording studio called Clubhouse. But now it's just our offices, our merch, and our storage. This is the mail order room, where we send out all the packages to you guys. And then storage. This used to be the control room of the Clubhouse, as you probably can remember from some of those videos back in the day. And then this was the live room. Some of my basses are here, about half my basses. I've got a few more, quite a few more at the studio that I use live. Flat black, white pickguard, ready to go. The Iron Man bass, red, yellow, 2 different basses. It's done its fair share of flying. No idea what's in these random shirts. Oh, that's a bootleg shirt from Mexico, I think. Oh, wow. These are very rare. This is one of 2 or 3 belt buckles that were made officially for the cover of Before Everything and After. And it was, bigger than the belt buckles we sell. This is something interesting. Oh, Mush Punks. Oh, MxPx and the Mush Punks. Alright, what else we got in here? Let's get to the good stuff. Yeah, one of our first t-shirts was the Gremlin shirt. Wasn't our very first, but it was one of them. Or was it our very first? Oh, here it is. Very first MxPx shirt. It's, you know, a lapel logo, MxPx with the magnifying glass. And then on the back it's got our logo. Cousin Luana did it. It's so random, we're like different covers. Like, whoa! This is the old one. Cootie's cassette. This must have been our first demo or something. It's got all the songs from the album, but recorded live in a garage. How funny. You know, I wonder if this is any good. Probably not, but Teenage Politics with some sweet clip art. That's just us, our practice space, yeah. That was just...
That's what that used to look like. That room right there used to look like that.
Yeah. It's a little warped. I don't know which record this is, but this is Robert Lang Studios. So Yuri's doing drums. I'm sitting down, singing. Yuri with his sweet glasses. Tom's playing guitar. Ah, that's Bob Moon. It's recording Life in General for the first time. This was the photo shoot for our first, what was going to be our first 7-inch, but never came out because we ended up doing Poking At Ya. It was going to be called Circular Files, meaning trash can. So my mom took all these photos. This was this was our first tour van. We didn't own it. Our friend Rich did. The brakes went out, and then we used it no more. All right. Cool. There will never be a better time than now. So we're on another adventure here. Seems like everywhere we go, we gotta kind of travel through villages. Indonesia, it was great. We had 3 days off. We drove to this place called Cerita.
It was the furthest thing from the beaten path you could ever find. It was awesome.
And did all these sort of I don't know, I wouldn't even say island adventures. I guess, well, Indonesia is an island, so it was an island adventure. We got to go on this boat where the waves were so big we actually ended up having to turn around because, well, for one, Yuri was really scared. You guys wet?
A little bit.
Wow. All right, I hope my camera still keeps working because this is getting wet. I think everybody was a little scared, but we were just going to tough it out. And then Yuri actually said, guys, I can't do this anymore. We got to turn around and go back. All right. So we ended up having to turn around.
And why did we have to end up turning around? Because the waves were gnarly.
I was telling the guys, I was this close to starting to lose it a little bit and start crying, you know?
We were all kind of relieved, okay, I agree, let's go, let's get out of here. I'm pretty good with all this stuff, and I was a little freaked out myself, so I could only imagine how Yuri felt.
You learn things about yourself when you're pushed to those kind of extremes.
I picked up the first,
how much of a
life
wimp
jacket.
you are.
The first life jacket I just picked it up, put on, all right, this is it. I'm just wearing this thing now.
Do we get a wimp out discount?
So we went back. We actually ended up, we were walking through this village of the poorest people I've ever seen. It looked like National Geographic. It was pretty ridiculous.
This is us walking through, going to a boat.
Naked boy. Yay!
Watch out for the naked kid!
See you, buddy. See ya.
We got to go on a fishing boat. We didn't actually fish. We just went down the river. Take a little ride on the river, rolling down the river. Rolling.
This is our ride?
Ask him to pull it back up and tie it up so it doesn't hit our heads.
And tell him King Tut told you so.
For our view, okay?
Far from comfort and a decent place to rest. Take those tracks out of this lonely emptiness. Sing me songs that I can get down deep into. You know, if we had to pay for a trip like this, it would be really expensive. How much?
To come across the globe, this many people, tens of thousands of dollars.
And we're getting it for how much?
We're getting paid to do this, baby. We're getting paid.
My bags are packed and I'm never coming back. I'm at the station and my bags are packed. We got ourselves in a heck of a fix and we got stuck.
in a heck of a fix.
That's right, we got stuck. And we'll see what happens. And he's pushing the boat. So this is the drama of our trip. We got stuck.
You know what the drama of our trip is? How awesome I look in this hat.
It actually rounds out the outfit.
It does. Or the lack of.
So I think Tommy just got in. Let's check it out.
Which way are we going, boys?
Tommy Rat, helping out. Pontoon Rat. That's his Indonesian name. He was actually barefoot in the river, pushing the boat with some other dudes. The funny thing about this river is along the way you see these I don't know, like shacks with poles sticking into the water.
Another toilet.
Another toilet?
So this right here is a toilet. You sit in there, you take a crap. And they have these all along the river. And Tommy Rat cut his foot in the river and it got infected. I wonder why. What happened?
Sliced my foot.
That happens, I guess, huh? That's not too bad, right?
Ain't bad at all. I didn't even know it.
Touring on a bus, I know. You're saying, whatever, you got a bus. Well, we have a bus sometimes. Sometimes we're in a van. Sometimes the van breaks down. Even on a bus, a lot of people will come in. It's always been funny to me because as a band guy, being on a bus is something that you strive for, or that's when you've made it, when you can afford to tour on a bus. A lot of people, like just friends, will come up, or fans. Every once in a while, a fan club member will come up on our bus and check it out. And most often they say, man, that's kind of weird, like, how do you do it? How do you live in such a small, confined area? And my first thought is, are you crazy? This is so much better than what we normally would get, say a van.
Got the right turn. We gonna go for it?
Okay, go. Okay, we cleared it.
How many more turns we got on this?
long bearing.
Oh, this is this. Okay, good.
It seems like our bus is always breaking down. It's riddled with problems. So much so that we nicknamed it the Black Pearl because, she's a cursed ship.
Those two wires in there jump into red and white, and it's melting.
Did y'all turn the generator off?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why it's still smoking.
I was just there. I was the guy with the mirror this morning. They were working on the bus, and we just left, and now we're having some electrical problems. Like, we have smoke coming out from out the dash. Get Tommy with the face mask.
Face mask on my head? Is that what the big deal was?
Fire safety mask.
That's why, yeah. That's why. Safety goggles, what? I'm gonna see how well they work?
There was tours where every single day off we spent at a bus barn getting it fixed, getting new batteries put in, getting the driver's seat fixed, and it was just a money pit basically. But it was our home.
We were playing with Rancid in Chicago, which was, you know, always great. And of course, our van was breaking down.
So here we are in our van, our new van. Why are we in a new van? Well, it all started at 3:30 this morning. The engine started going pop, 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 pop. Just like, sounded like a crazy Harley or something like that. So we were like, okay, hold on. So we stopped the van, and we noticed just like 50 yards away from us was a gas station. So we drove it over there, just, you know, it was popping and everything all the way over there. And Tommy and James actually spent an hour and a half or so actually getting in the van to work, and then we drove it to a Ford dealership.
What happens when you can't get your van fixed? You just drive it anyway.
We did some repair, thank you very much, Mr. Cameraman. I'm kind of used to the sound already.
I didn't sleep too good, or too much. Did not sleep. I rested a little bit.
Come on, write the lyrics.
Since we were at a Ford dealership, we went around and looked, and there was one van that they had on the lot, and so we bought it.
Yeah.
Poof! It's painted!
What happened?
Well, you said you didn't like the red anymore.
All right, Big Red. We'll never see it again. Just gotta say goodbye. Rest in peace. 210 miles. Wow. 210,000 miles.
And here we are, a few hours down the road, trying desperately to make it on time to the show.
We're almost there.
Yeah. We're gonna make it. Tonight's show will have no idea. Of course we're gonna tell them, but yeah.
Some bands actually make what we paid for this van in a night.
Oh yeah. Like easily.
But not us.
We're not that band. We're not that. I wish we were, especially today.
I got into MxPx just because I was getting into punk rock when I was about, I don't know, 16 years old. I had this friend of mine who was a little bit older than me. He had a band, he played guitar and sang. And I thought he was awesome. I was like, man, I really want to learn how to play guitar. And one of the first bands that I heard was MxPx. I got this CD, Let It Happen. Had like 32 tracks on it. I thought it was crazy because I'd never even known CDs could have that many songs. So it was cool. I got a hold of that. I learned how to play like half the record on guitar. And you know what I mean? Like when you're younger, you just get CDs and you'll play along to them in your room, stuff like that. So I got really attached to the songs, and then I saw them live.
I think my first punk show ever was MxPx at the Wonderland Ballroom in Elgin, Illinois. They were headlining a show, and I walked in as some wide-eyed kid. My sister was there. She's like, you got to see these bands. You got to check this out. I think it was 99, 98, something like that.
I grew up listening to MxPx, you know. I was 14 years old, life in general. Me and all my friends would actually either hitchhiked to Quebec City, and we'd miss school, you know, because sometimes it was like a weeknight, so we'd have to miss school to go see the shows.
When I started getting into punk rock, I think MxPx was like one of the bands that was just, it was easy for me to get into them just because like I really identified with their energy, you know, and like starting out on drums, I really loved Yuri's drumming, and like it was just fast, man.
I started listening to MxPx around 95, 96. It was just one of those bands that always stuck with me. I liked other bands, but MxPx, honestly, their lyrics, I felt really related to it.
6th grade, I was in a band, 3-piece, no big deal. We played Under Lock and Key at a talent show, and we ended up winning. Funny how that works.
So I got a Pocanatcha when I was about 10, and ever since then I followed their career, bought every album they've ever put out, and that's where I learned how to write songs, was listening to Mike's songwriting.
My older sister Yeah, she was a huge fan, and she actually camped with him at a couple festivals. I remember she came back. She was really stoked. She had a big crush on Tom, and she traded a sweatshirt with him, and she wore it everywhere.
I got to meet Mike back then, you know, and it was one of the first like contact I had with any bands, you know, because and that made me realize that I wanted to be in a band, you know.
I think Mike has a way of writing lyrics that you can definitely relate to. Anyone can relate to, no matter how old you are. Like, I still relate to the songs I related to when I was, 13.
Actually, me and my friends met the guys too, and they signed our shoes, like these Chucks we had, and I've still got them at my house, like to this day, like in my closet. So it's crazy. They're just one of those bands that really influenced me as a kid.
Welcome aboard the Washington State Ferries. May I have your attention, please?
We're on our way over to Seattle right now to do a couple of songs acoustic on the radio for the end to promote this show in Seattle we're doing. And we're on the ferry right now, cruising across the Puget Sound, and we're about to go jump in the van, have a little practice, warm up, figure out what songs we're gonna play, that whole thing.
So live it wisely.
Cut the end,
But always nice, not always mean. My room is never been clean. The way I feel is not always how I seem. The thoughts that form inside my brain don't always seem to entertain. 'Cause when I tell my company, they think there's something wrong with me.
107.7 The End, it's Harms, joined by very special guests in the studio, all the way from Bremerton, Washington.
Yeah.
Mike and Tom from MxPx. What's up, fellas?
We
How's
swam.
it going?
Hey, how you doing? I took the ferry. Mike swam.
Nice. Saturday night's a big night. El Corazon, you guys, I believe, is it for the second time ever?
For the second time ever.
Life in, well, not El Corazon. I was going to say for the second time ever, life in general in its entirety.
Yes, we did Life in General one other time in Vegas, and we figured, we might as well do it here in Seattle because Seattle deserves it.
It was a really fun show, and it was just one of those things where we should do it again.
Yeah.
Let's take a look back at Life in General real quick. Would you call it your definitive album? Is that?
I'd call it definitely the album where we became a band. And it's, kind of weird. Well, dude, you had a couple records before that. What do you mean you're not a band then? We got in the studio in the records before that, and we'd always just kind of get in and just play, and we didn't really get it, how it worked and all that. And we really started playing together.
What's your memories from that time? Is there anything distinct, anything that, like, when Life in General came out, or this happened during the Life in General cycle, where that's something I will never forget?
I think a lot of the fans kind of have those moments because they were in high school. A lot of them were in high school, and we were just out of high school. So a lot of people tell us, when they put on our old records, it reminds them of high school or of this summer that we went to wherever, Mount Rushmore, or I don't know, name a thing.
I was in high school at the time. I remember, hey, someone knew someone that was in the Move to Bremerton video. I saw him in the background. Yeah, things like that. Absolutely. Future plans. Are you guys going to do the Life in General thing more, maybe in different cities? Are you going to record new music? What do you guys have on the docket?
It'd be fun to do the Life in General thing, maybe like down in Southern California, maybe somewhere on the East Coast. But, one thing we have on the docket that we just started working on, what was it, last Tuesday or something?
Yeah.
We're working on a new record.
There was a time, and maybe I interpreted this wrong, where that was maybe not always going to be the case. It was a little bit up in the air. Are there songs written for it? Have you?
Yeah, I actually just wrote a song 2 days ago, so I'm still writing, and it's definitely 3/4 written for sure.
Great.
So,
cool. Well, it's Harms with Mike and Tom from MxPx, the big show happening Saturday night, Life in General in its entirety at El Corazon. handful of tickets still available, so get them while they last, because they will not last for very long. Fellas, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Cool.
I always talk about how we get to do cool things that we wouldn't normally be able to do if we were, you know, just hanging out in Bremerton. And one of those things was flying. Flying was awesome. We got to go flying. I mean, how can I really describe it? I have to show you. Look, watch.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
By far, our favorite day off was the day flying. You know, everyone flew this trainer, which was a Chipmunk, it was called. It was a 2-seat trainer.
Oh my gosh, it was insane.
Awesome.
No, I'm a girl at all. It was insane.
All right,
Take
Michael.
that with you.
I'll get you as you're going in.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna go fly. Friendly skies. There's nothing like it in the world. I mean, nothing that I've experienced. You know, we fly on a lot of commercial airlines, and we've also flown on private jets before. We got to fly on the Offspring's jet, and I was actually in the cockpit with Bryan from the Offspring, the singer, and it was cool, but I didn't actually get to hold the stick. Yeah, this is, we love to experience new things, and this is definitely a new experience for us. So it's a real blessing that we get to like go and see things that we would never really see if we weren't in a band or if we weren't, you know, traveling around. So.
Look at this. This is awesome. Look how low he is.
I got to actually make turns, and we were actually doing some really, really steep turns. And it feels like when you're up there that you can just literally go like this and just you're gonna die. That's how it feels. It's pretty insane. That was great. Yeah.
What'd you do?
A few barrel rolls, you know.
He wanted to clean his pants before he went.
Yeah, good idea.
Stuffing a bunch of toilet paper in there.
I'll describe my experience with the flying day. I'm terrified of flying. Absolutely, like every time we fly, I'm white knuckling it on takeoff and landing. If there's a bump, I freak out. Every little noise, I like to think I know what they're for and that they're there for a reason and that it's all good.
There he is.
He's gonna like chain himself to something.
You make me feel like I'm doing the last mile. I'm walking up here, you guys are all like,
Film yourself during takeoff.
Do you want to take this baby up?
Sure.
I'll be gentle.
Please do. And I knew I wanted to do it because it'd be really fun, but I was just like, man, it's just like this little plane, stuff just can go wrong, but I had to do it. So I got in the thing and, you know, called the wife before I took off, being like, yeah, I'll call you when I land, hopefully. And it's just, you know, we're just cruising now, we just kind of buzz, everyone stand down at the end of the runway and got up like 2,000 feet and just started cruising around. It was fun. There was a couple little bumps where I kind of like got a little tense, like, oh, what's going on? But it was really fun, and I was very glad to have done it. Just to have, you know, kind of not really conquered a fear, but just that I wanted to try it.
Right over here.
I gotta call Kelly and let her know I'm alive.
You know, I would kind of let everyone go, you know, I was kind of waiting to see how everything went. Everyone came back and was just like, it was amazing, we all had a blast. And this other pilot came who flew a Stearman, and he was totally, you know, down to fly us around.
We're not going upside down, right?
No.
Okay. Should I answer this?
What is it?
Sorry, he has to take the phone call.
Yeah, hey.
No. The cockpit of a biplane. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna be going up. No, seriously, like I wasn't planning on it, but then we had the opportunity to go up in a biplane, and I can't pass it up. It'll be safe. This guy knows what he's doing. I'm just sitting in here. All right, hold on. Ben?
Yes! I hope you're getting this on film. This is great. Hello.
Her name's Katie.
Hi, Katie. Hey, my wife's name is Katie, too.
Oh, he wins now.
Oh, that's it. He's in.
Yep, no problem. No problem. So he'll be talking to you safe and sound here in another 30 minutes or so. None needed. This is going to be a very uneventful flight. Okay, you take care now. All right. Bye-bye.
Oh, she's leaving?
Oh, I just hung up on him. I just hung up on his wife.
Well, I'll call her back just real quick.
Flying is insane and awesome all at the same time.
You know, being on tour, obviously there's not a lot of personal space. With MxPx, we've been in lots of vans. We've been on in buses. Even in a bus, you know, your personal space is going to be your bunk. That's where you sleep. That's where you keep your cell phone charging in there, your iPod or whatever. It's pretty much if you want to get away and you're on a bus, you go to your bunk. That's it.
I think we all collectively enjoy watching movies together. Somebody will buy a DVD, somebody will buy another DVD. We find movies that we all love that we just play over and over and over, and that is a collective band, sort of what you would call a comfort. It's like comfort food, but it's not food. It's a movie. It's media, comfort media.
One of my favorite things to do on tour is go for a walk. I know it sounds lame, but it's kind of an interesting way to get to know a place. You know, just kind of pretty much anonymous, and you know, you never know what turn is gonna take you where, what street you're gonna be on next. It's just a fun way to get to know a city and burn some calories.
Yeah, he goes on just these long walks, and we don't know what he does on them. He could be out scoring drugs or something. Who knows? That's definitely Yuri's release. That, and if he's ever mad at us, he gets to take it out on his drums.
We always have a joke saying that he actually is going and like finding homeless people and killing them, and finding hookers and killing them, and he's like some weird serial killer. I guess it's funnier to us, but we feel like, okay, he's either gonna kill us, or to quell that anger, he has to get up early, go into town, kill a hooker and a homeless person, bury them in an unmarked grave, and then come back, tell us where the Starbucks is, and we're good. And he's happy, we're happy, and that's touring life for MxPx.
You know, on tour we all kind of do our own thing. I like to go for walks. Tom likes to play Madden, mainly, as far as I can recall. Loves Madden, and got him way, and I think that's how he got super into football. But fun game, real fun game. But yeah, we spent a lot of time in the back lounge playing that game.
You know, I'm sure everyone said this already too, but on tour, I pack an Xbox in. You know, I bring it with me. I bring my 360 with me and play a lot of video games, mainly Madden. Kick it in the back lounge and kind of hide out. It can consume hours sometimes.
Wait, is Tom in the back lounge?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes, way.
He's playing video?
in the back lounge, everybody.
We were all back there.
Who would have known?
Is he really back there?
Dude, he was gone. He was gone on a limo,
He's back.
and then he came back right to the back lounge.
That's wherever. That's where the. Wait, that's where you live too. You're a gnome.
You're just jealous.
I hate gnomes.
Back lounge gnome, BLN, BLK,
back lounge
BLK, back lounge gnome, right? Is it okay with the
touchdown?
He's in the back lounge all the time playing his video games. I'm trying to go back there and write songs. So for me and Tom, my sort of comfort thing on the road is writing and playing my acoustic guitar. But it conflicts with Tom's comfort thing.
Mike, I think his sort of favorite thing to do, I think he likes to write. You know, he's a writer. He just holes himself up in his hotel room for a couple hours and writes half of our new record.
I can go in the back lounge and turn on my songwriting sort of vibe, and people will leave me alone. The creative process always has to be fluid for me. It always has to be easy. It always has to be something that comes natural, because I've always found when I'm forcing myself to write some hit song, it's just horrible and stupid. So on the road, I've found that I usually have a lot of free time. When I'm home, there's always something to do. I've got MxPx, Tumble Down. I do acoustic shows. Between playing shows at home and then in between recording, I've got a studio, Monkey Trench studio. It's really hard sometimes to find time to write at home, which I still do. But on the road, everything kind of goes away. Emails stop flowing. Text messages stop coming in. And I like to just go in the back of the bus and write songs. Maybe it's because I need a break from, I don't know, the monotony of touring, the road. Gotta write a Christmas song, but I can't think of one. Is it time again for Christmas? No. Time again for Christmas. I hate this dang holiday. And I don't know why it seems to happen so quickly every year. So it's that time again. It's that time again. It's that time again where we all join hands and kill each other. That's not a bad start to a song, though. It's that time again. It's that time again.
I wrote this about seeing you guys, seeing all the smiling faces out there in the audience every night. And, you know, being one of those smiling faces, I go to a lot of shows that I just have a great time seeing bands play and seeing artists. And there's nothing like live music, right? It's that time again. It's that time again. The show has now come to an end. Time to go home. Where
I first listened to MxPx when they sent their first video in. And it was amazing because with JBTV, it's all about new music first. So as soon as their video came in, I had no clue who they are. I didn't know anything about them. We put them on the air, and within a few minutes, the phone calls start coming in. We love this band. We love this music. Play more MxPx. And that's how it got started. So every time a video from MxPx would come into JBTV, it'd be on the air right away without fail.
I met MxPx in 1997 when Descendants were on the Warped Tour, and just met them as they were, I think, new on the tour. Maybe it was the first time they'd done it. They were young guys, though they'd been together a long time, and just was immediately impressed with the guys and everything about what they did. And just we hit it off immediately and became good friends.
I was in a band called the Dingies, and we were playing a house party in Orange County, California. And MxPx was up in LA mixing or finishing tracking, Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo. And so we hit them up and we're like, hey, like, we're playing this house party down here, you guys want to come? And they're like, yeah, totally, that'd be fun. And like, you know, bring your bass, bring your guitar, we'll provide gear and we'll open, kind of thing.
I took them on many early Warped Tours. I mean, funniest memory of them on Warped Tour was we were staying in a punk rock squat in Germany. It was Hamburg. We were all staying out of town. We were on the Warped Tour over there, and my dad was on the road. And my dad and them used to hang out all the time.
If I could say one record that kind of influenced my own art would be Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo. For me, was a record that I thought, songwriting-wise, had exceeded the things that they had done in the past, and it really pushed me to become a better songwriter. I find that the guys really write songs that are classic.
I've known the MxPx guys, this is almost embarrassing, about 16 years.
knew them when they were even younger than us. They were the little kids, and we were a couple years older. We were in our early 20s, but they were great. You know, we met them early on. You know, they got signed to a major label right around the same time we did. We shared some producers.
Love MxPx. I like their sound. They're fun. I can take my kids to it since they've been young.
They're really personal. Like they express everything, and they make it easy to listen to music when you're really pissed off at your parents or when you're depressed. It just makes it easier to get through everything. You just chill, blast your music in your bedroom, and just ignore everything.
It is so cool to see the progress of the band. And to be part of it, you know, for me to be able to play MxPx on the television is the most amazing thing. And the bands totally get it, and they love the fact that they can hear music, that it inspires them to write other songs.
And so we just called like all of our friends, like, because we just got to know them, you know, and obviously we were fans of their music. And I just remember it being jam-packed in there. And in Orange County, if you practice drums, the cops would get called. And like the cops, to my knowledge, if they showed up, it was well after everyone played, because like both of us played forever, and they just like all of our friends would just name it, like throw out songs, be like, you know, PX, and he only had 3 records out at the time and an EP or something, and so everyone's just like spouting out all these like random songs, and they're like, all right, we'll try that one and see if they remember it and stuff, and it was just fun.
They were just so tight, you know. They've always been a band that's been amazing in the lineup with Yuri and Tom and Mike. It was a really solid 3-piece, and it was something that we definitely could aspire to.
Plan is we are going to, well, I got to get a haircut. After that, this guy Daniel has wanted me to tattoo him for a while, and finally it's kind of working out that he's up here for the show. He's from Texas, so I've procured my buddy Nate's tat shop to go ahead and tattoo him. We're gonna do that. We're gonna have practice later on as well. So, party time.
We're going to give him a very, very small rod perm. The smaller the better.
I'd have to count it up, but I've done a few really small tattoos.
Is it hard?
But I've done a couple, you know, this size tattoos, like poking at your punk heads.
Yeah,
I've done it good a couple times, but it's never like flawless. It never
like
looks like
Nate's
a
work?
professional tattoo.
Yeah, it never does. Because I got a W to prove it.
I mess
you
up
gave
the
him a
simplest
tattoo?
things.
Oh,
First tattoo.
Wow.
It's mine too, though, so it's cool. Crying on the set.
I remember times I had. Some were happy, some were sad. Memories me and my partners in crime, throwing up 1,000 times. Like I threw and I felt fine. I went to school and did my time. Innocence, around innocence, I am free to do what I wanna be. Got 2 Saturdays, fun was staying up at stake. Lame was trying to fit in. Lame was the wrong crowd. Let me in. Like I threw it, I felt fine. I went to school and did my time. Innocent, around innocence, I am free to do what I wanna be. What you gotta do? You gotta stick together with who you are and who you know. Gotta remember where you been, where you wanna go. So where you wanna go. Never did homework after school, all the things I thought were cool. Went out every Friday night, I still do, and I'm alright.
Okay. Oh.
Don't try to memorize it.
Can you see it in there?
You know, I
Oh,
can see,
4
I can see
of
it.
17. I'm like,
I can
fuck,
see it if we just put it here first. That doesn't.
It might.
It's gonna fall out. Can you see it if it's up here?
No,
No, but no, they didn't know the set, man.
That's part of the problem. Should have printed 2. I was gonna, I just didn't get around to it. Seriously. Awesome.
Dang it. I don't know. Don't work. Maybe this one doesn't work. That's not cool.
Alright, full album.
I'm kind of accustomed to taking a couple breaks now and then. Shipyard's got me laced up.
Union 15.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you.
It's in my contract.
We ready? Good to go?
No.
Alright, let's do it. Let's get this over with. Sorry.
Now I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
Tom, show me a monkey.
This is the monkey. That's monkey.
Well, it's day 1 in Brazil. We're in Sao Paulo. We have a press day. We're going to be pretty much all day just doing interviews, TV. I'm not sure about radio. Maybe radio. I don't know. I looked at the schedule, but I don't really pay too much attention to what those things say. I just go, when's the first thing, and then go from there. So anyway, should be fun. What are you most looking forward to on your trip here?
The shows. The shows are amazing. They're some of the best shows we've ever played in the history of MxPx. So I just like to see those kids going crazy, and yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Hey Yuri, if the crowd sucks, do you just ignore them? You just
I try to.
You are boring me.
You're boring.
You're boring. That's what I've been trying to do lately, like with the Chiodos tour and stuff. If there were people in front that were like just bored and obviously just there to see shows, I would get in their face.
Oh, nice.
I would start like singing to them, and like on the sing along part, I'd be pointing at them, and if they wouldn't sing along, I'd just like.
If I could, I'd probably do the same thing. I throw sticks at them. I'm glad I broke your tooth.
I need this couch to be a little longer so I can fall asleep on it. Actually, you know what? This would totally work. Oh yeah. That's nice.
So we're having problems because our guitar amp tubes are microphonic, so it's going ging, 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 ging. It's really loud, and it feeds back without the guitar actually being on.
Yeah. Yep.
These are vacuum tubes.
That's just for the rectifying. That's not for power. Don't worry about it. That's fine.
All right, thank you.
Basically, what you want to do is
yank that.
Take out the middle two.
Right.
Put the least microphonic two in the outside two when it cools down.
Right.
Hello.
So we're gonna take out tubes.
You know what's awesome?
Until they don't work, and then put them back until they do.
You know what's awesome? Normally in America, we have tubes. A whole gang, and we have boxes of them at the studio.
Yeah. Well, back in 1992, we got together and basically just like anybody else would, you know, we were in high school, just beginning to be in high school, and started out in our garage, started playing shows, and working on our own shows, making flyers, just kind of doing everything from the ground up. And, you know, we had a lot of drive and a lot of just determination, and I think that goes a long way in doing whatever it is you might do in your life. So, here we are.
Guys, for you, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up? You're watching Knickers. We're MxPx still. Here we are. This is the first video, favorite video.
Our favorite video.
Surprise, surprise, it's us, MxPx. It's the new clip. Why'd we pick it?
We picked it because we're giant egomaniacs.
We just want you guys to see
we want you to
us.
see it.
More of us. Check it out.
Are you ready?
Everybody ready? Got to the airport, just kept sleeping.
We're in Curitiba, at the airport, checking in. It's gonna be another day of flying. Every day's a day of flying for us, usually. We're playing in Rio. We go to Rio. Tommy, sing it.
De Janeiro, I go to Rio. That's where my baby smiles at me. I go to Rio.
We go to Rio.
Does anyone know what gate it is?
We're going to a gig.
Does it say gate on here anywhere?
Nice.
No?
One.
Oh, there it is. Porto. Oh.
Hey, Yuri.
You gotta walk quick.
Come on, dude.
Like try to eat your pizza.
Dude, I almost fell down coming in here.
Yeah.
I almost totally bit it because people were just grabbing me. You learn that one?
You don't want to know about our fights. We do have fights, and usually it's between Tom and somebody else.
Most of the time, you know, it's a pretty peaceful experience, but, you know, occasionally you'd get riled up about something. Tom threw a shoe one time, I think I threw a shoe or swiped a shoe. That was funny.
Tom doesn't know this, but I have a journal where every time Tom had a fight with somebody, I wrote down Tom and so-and-so, and this was what the fight was about. He doesn't know that. Now he maybe does, I don't know.
Are you saying Tom's an instigator?
Yes.
Let's talk about it. Put the camera on him.
I'll say he's an instigator.
Why
He'll agree with me.
What's your deal? What do you think?
No,
Are you instigating?
I don't. No, I try to.
now?
Me right
Okay,
now.
we'll
no.
ask you and then we'll go ask Tom.
Yeah, no, he'll admit
go
to
ahead.
it.
Let's.
No, Tom instigates all kinds of stuff.
What does he instigate?
Anything.
Anything. Almost
Any-
anything.
Pretty much.
Like if there's a conflict on the bus, he might.
He'll go fuel the fire.
Just throw some twigs.
Watch, I'll go talk to him right now.
I'll go
He'll
ask
say
him.
it. Watch. Let's go back there right now. Let me take. Can I have one more bite?
You cannot take my SpaghettiOs.
One more bite.
One more bite, yes.
Tom.
Tom, I have a serious question for you.
Yes.
Do you instigate on the bus?
They all think I do. Honestly, I'll talk crap to people and I will, call them out on their BS and they'll call me out on mine. But I feel like people get way more bent out of shape when I do it, for some reason.
So when other people are in stuff, you don't instigate and help that fight go further? Or
Depends.
get more
Depends.
fun?
Depends on what I think the most fun outcome could be. If James and Mike are kind of pushing each other's buttons a little bit, and I don't want to see it kind of go any further, I'll be like, Mike, seriously, just chill.
And how many times out of 10 do you do that one?
I'd say maybe 5 out of 10.
He said I'm the instigator.
You are the
instigator.
You started off.
No.
Irene instigator.
I have to say no.
I have to say, you can ask everybody in this bus.
I have to say, again, no.
There you go.
I have
There's
to say
one.
no.
Don't even
Shut
tell
up.
me.
Mr. Pajama
What?
Man.
I was kidding.
Really?
You didn't say that.
What'd he say?
He said he
Take a
instigates
shower?
sometimes.
He knows he does he?
He thinks not that often.
It's not better.
Okay.
He thinks 50% of the time he'll try to help break things up, and 50% of the time he'll instigate.
Okay.
He said when it's more entertaining.
True.
I think as far as being on tour and just conflicts and fighting and arguments, obviously it's me and Mike, obviously all the time. I mean, I think an outsider can pick up on that. It's not because we hate each other or anything. It's just that we're opinionated.
We fight about this, we fight about that, we fight about who messed up on what song, we fight about this song should be this song should be that, or we should change it. In practice, we fight about stuff all the time.
Mike and Tom would fight the most verbal fights and even sometimes some fisticuffs on occasion. We went to a house party in Australia and it was time to go back to the hotel, and another band that we were touring with was riding back to the hotel with us. And before Mike and Tom got in the van, I told a couple of the guys that I think on the way back to the hotel, Mike and Tom were going to get into a fight just because of the way the night had progressed and what was going on. And sure enough, they did. And it was one of the gnarlier ones where it was throwing fists and stuff, which didn't happen really very often at all. But the guys were really surprised that I could call it from 5 minutes out.
I mean, we get over it. I mean, it's not like we hold it against each other weeks later, like, man, you're a jerk. I can't believe you didn't like my idea. But it's definitely me and Mike as far as fighting the most on tour.
Our very first tour as a band, 1995. We had a big fight going from New York City.
Oh, no, we're going from Virginia Beach to Long Beach, sorry.
I knew it was the middle of the country.
It was one beach to another beach. Yeah.
Virginia Beach to Newport Beach.
No joke, about halfway through the country, Mike just started yelling at everyone, said if everyone just shuts up until we get to California, we'll make it.
And we made it! We all showed up! Me included. If me and Tom are talking, then it was serious.
It was serious.
This one's called Sorry So Sorry.
The survival rate for bands more than 5 years is low. And the survival rate for bands more than 10 years is super low. For a band like MxPx to get to 20 years is practically impossible. And those bands earned the right to be called legacy artists.
They're also one of those bands that I'm really impressed by when it comes to how people stay inspired to write music and sound like they always did, but they're still writing good songs that mean something. I think there's a few bands that do that in that genre, and they're definitely one of the top ones in my opinion. Some of their last few albums are some of my favorite.
I can sit back and listen to this music. It's timeless. It'll last forever. It influences generations of great young, old, and middle-aged fans. So I love MxPx. So I think MxPx is going to be around for a long time. Only 20 years. I think they can go another 20 without any problem.
Man, I was thinking about the other day, it was like, man, I want to write a record like Slow Like Way of the Buffalo, just being something that's real diverse, has a lot of creativity in it, has songs that are faster, has songs that are slower. Instrumental. You know, it was just an awesome thing to, and to see them playing for so many years, and Yuri was always my, favorite dude. Like, he's this drummer that was, I'm not even a drummer, and I'm just like, man, this guy's like insane. Holy crap, this guy his speed is insane, and so that's the thing that draws, a 14-year-old kid to punk in the first place, is the speed of the music and the intensity and the aggro with it, and just the love of doing it.
It was really an instant thing that happened when, as soon as you heard them, you really knew what they were about, and I really liked that. It wasn't contrived at all. It was very direct, and yeah. So I think when I was younger, I just really identified and still do, obviously. Yeah, MxPx has been one of the best. Yeah.
I have done everything with them from produce records, mix records for them, which I still do now, and I was even a crew guy with them for about a year. I was a drum tech and monitor engineer, and they're like family to me, like best friends. Some of the greatest people I've ever known. I was always they were so much fun to watch. To watch play, because they were very committed to what they were doing, which I identified with a lot. I just you could tell they practiced hard, they worked hard, they cared about what they did, and so I have nothing but good to say about them. They're like family to me.
5 years, almost 5 years with MxPx. There's so many ups and downs and lefts and rights, and but all in all, it was just this beautiful, great experience, which taken me to other places now, and hopefully, I can pay it back to those guys one day.
I think MxPx has made a mark on music in a lot of ways. If it's the signature bass sound of the Ernie Ball bass played by Mike, and that grinding sound. I think that before they came out, you didn't really hear that a lot, and now it's like on every record. And I think they're going to remain a band that people will remember. It's MxPx is just part of the culture. It's always going to be there.
I need to get an MxPx tattoo. I think that needs to happen soon. I don't know, but yeah, that band has definitely influenced me. Like, I don't know if I would be doing what I'm doing now if I hadn't gotten that Pokin' At You cassette tape in when I was 10. So.
We still feel young, and we still feel like we're one of the young bands, but on this tour, we're actually one of the old bands now. It's kind of pretty crazy to think of, but and I've had a lot of talks with some of those new bands, and yeah, like they're always like, oh, we used to listen to you guys, MxPx, Blink-182. You know, it's weird, but it's cool. You know, and at the same time, I feel really honored to be next to MxPx in a sentence of someone going, hey man, you know, like I totally used to listen to you guys and MxPx, and I'm like, wow, this is so cool, you know.
They're a three-piece band that just, I don't even understand how they do it. It's so full live, they're great, you know what I mean? It's just something about those three guys together that's just awesome. I don't know about it. I don't know.
I've been running for so long, for all these years. There's not much point in holding back the tears. And now the tears fall right out of my face. I've forgotten what I'm running for. I've forgotten what I'm running for. Maybe I'm running in place. I'm running in place. Seems like it's all been said a million times before. Seems like I've already been through that door. Was I always running at this pace? I've forgotten what I'm running for. I've forgotten what I'm running for. Maybe I'm running in place. You walk, I run, you walk, I run. I don't even think about it. You walk, I run, you walk, I run. I don't even think about it. You walk, I run, you walk, I run. I don't even think about it. You walk, I run, you walk, I run. That's because I don't have you.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Join the Yuri workout.
Yeah. They have that.
We'll come out Tacoma Girl and sort of be like, and you can kind of fade away as it looks like we're about ready to play, and we'll be like, hey, we're MxPx, blah, blah, blah. There we go.
What do you think? You guys want to count it off? All right, I'm gonna count to 3. You guys at the show. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. MxPx fans are the best fans in the world. We appreciate you. All right. This is your song. This is your band. Here we go. Punk, rock, shout. We ain't got no place to go, so let's go to the punk rock show. Darling, take me by the hand. Gonna say a punk rock band.
There's no use at TV shows, radio, wanna get into the crowd and I wanna hear it played real loud. Got the pressures will let up to the boys out when all is anything by the hammer gonna be up from my band and get into this. I wanna get into the crowd, I wanna hear it played real loud. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotta make it big. Doesn't matter what I don't care. Going to that bar. Whoa, and it made it. Doesn't matter what I don't care. Going to that bar. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Got no place to go. Sing it. Let's go to the punk rock show. Darling, take me by the hand. What? Gonna see a punk rock band. Radio. Rodeo. Wanna get into the crowd and I wanna hear it play real loud. Yeah. 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 Let's go. Get it, baby. Doesn't matter, I don't care. Going to that bar. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get it, maybe. Doesn't matter, I don't care. Going to that bar. Whoa, 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 whoa. Thanks so much for MxPx. Thanks to our crew. Thanks to our friends and family. Thanks to you guys for coming out tonight. We love ya.